Hey everyone, this is Patrice with the Positivity Corner, and I'm back with another video and a special series. You'll notice that there's no picture on the side of this video. This is not a music video. This is actually me sharing a part of my life for the next year, the year of 2024. And I wanted to do this video. This is going to be one of 12 or more because it's going to come out monthly. January is considered by some people as a way to jumpstart your life, whether it's for personal reasons, you want to go to the gym, you want to go to school, you want to do whatever it is that you want to do with your life. It's usually a time for reflection and self awareness and improvement, right? I noticed, I guess, about mid-December of last year, 2023, that people started talking about no spend January. And I went on this platform and I watched a bunch of primarily people who give financial advice about not spending. Now, I have done this previously over the years. For instance, the Easter season, you decide that, you're not going to spend any money. You're going to give things up for Lent, in other words. Or just taking a month and just kind of pulling back from my discretionary spending. Well, I gave it some thought. January came, and generally what I do in January is I go through all my bills, look at the numbers, and see what's going on. Well, I did that. And I made a list of everything I owed, all my assets, as compared to my liabilities. And I was very shocked at how much money I owed outside of a mortgage, because I am a homeowner, and of course, that is my biggest expense. And I'm keeping the mortgage out of the equation for this exercise here that I'm going to talk about. I owe a lot of money, folks, like millions of other people do, but I didn't know how much. And that's the key here. I wasn't aware of how much. And when those numbers are staring you in the face, good gravy. I'm getting a little emotional because when I saw how much I owed, I was shocked. Absolutely shocked. And I said, that's it. I've got to do something now. The idea of a no spend January sort of appealed to me, but then I thought, let's just go for it, Patrice. I'm doing a no spend 2024. Yeah, that's right. The entire year. And I want to take you on this journey with me to see if I can do it, if I can sustain it, how it's going to feel for me, what setbacks I'm going to have, what triumphs. My grandma used to say when she was alive, it's the small victories. We got to celebrate them, right? I just feel like it's time for me to do this. I don't want to be in this stage. I'm 65. I'm retired. I'm on a fixed income. I don't make the money that I did when I was working. And I've been retired for several years now. I don't want to be in my 70s or older still paying these big bills. It doesn't make any sense at this point. So, the first thing I did was look at the numbers. That is the hardest part, y'all. The absolute hardest part is to look those numbers in the face, suck it up, and say, I wonder what I paid for. Because I'm telling you, when I looked at those numbers, other than my vehicle, which I bought in the summer of 2023, because my car that I had previously was 15 years old. Other than that, it was, charge cards, credit cards, just crap. And I don't even know what I bought. Yeah. Gotta go. Just gotta go. I looked at the numbers. Now, the second thing that I thought about was, okay, I don't want to spend, but I have to spend. I have a home. There's certain bills I've got to pay when they come in. My mortgage, my utilities, my insurances, car insurance, things like that. Transportation. I have a car, got to put gas in it, maintenance, things like that. Repairs. You're in the house, things happen, right? You got to repair them. Food. I got to eat. Medical expenses. Now, last year, towards the end of the year, I got sick. I was in the hospital a couple of times, had surgery. Ooh, big bills. I have health insurance, thank goodness. But those co-pays, right? It added up. Those things that I just mentioned, okay, you've got to pay them. They come up every month, right? Fine. That's number 2. Number 3, what am I not going to spend money on? And boy, I tell you, I had to really, really think about this. Because I have a home. I got a lot of stuff in it. Probably things that some I don't need. Do I need to add more to the pile? No, absolutely not. So I'm not going to spend on clothing, shoes, pocketbooks, jewelry, things like that. No, I'm not buying them. I have plenty of that stuff. And it's just stuff, folks. I can do without that sort of discretionary spending. Last year, I took 3 vacations. 2 cruises and a trip. Just a general trip. All to the Caribbean and Mexico, by the way. And it was fabulous, y'all. I'm not going to go overseas on vacations. I live on the East Coast. I can get to a beach for a day. There you go. Gas money, maybe bring your own lunch, bring your own snacks, that sort of thing. That's what I'll be doing. No airplane fares, no hotel fares, no extended vacations for this year. It's not going to kill me. I did 3 last year, right? It's not going to kill me to do this. Um, Entertainment. Now, I like to go to concerts and things like that. I committed to one concert in February last November, which I paid for. So I'm going to go to the concert, obviously, because I paid for it, but no concerts this year. I'm not doing any concerts this year at all. As far as like movies, I have a Netflix account, I have Amazon Prime. Several years ago, I got rid of Stars, I got rid of Disney, yada, yada, yada. And I got rid of my standard cable package. So I only have what you call air stations and not cable. I do not have cable. I haven't had cable. It's going on 2 years now. Not a big deal, believe me. Um, I generally don't go to the movies. If I want to watch something, I'll usually watch it on Netflix anyway. So, because the movies kind of transition kind of quickly, I was really surprised, for instance, that Maestro is on Netflix already. I said, didn't it just come out? You get my drift, right? And also Amazon Prime, Saltburn is on there right now. I mean, hey, you can watch something fairly current on uh, those channels, right? So I figured entertainment, I'm pretty much covered. Social media in general. Social media, that fear of missing out. Yeah, it's real. It's very real. I have tried to limit my Instagram and Facebook. Obviously, I'm a YouTuber, so that's not going to really change that much because I have to do my content. But definitely the Facebook and the Instagram, I have dialed down significantly on it since the beginning of the year. Yeah. And to my Facebook friends and my Instagram friends, I love you. I don't think I'm abandoning you, but yeah, I haven't been posting half as much as I did even like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I just don't post as much. I think limiting your social media exposure is a good thing. And it keeps you from buying stuff too. Yeah. It kind of does. Let me think. Getting a side hustle. Now this is something that I've been thinking about, and I'm not sure of what I would want to do. I'm making some moves though in that direction, which I'm gonna talk about later. But I think it's a good idea. Um, okay. Now I said that I was going to not spend money on certain things. But there is one thing that I am gonna spend money on, and it's not my nails and it's not my toenails. My mani pedicures. I think I can kind of do those myself. That is my hair. That's kind of non-negotiable for me, to be honest, because I'm not good with my hair. I have natural hair. I have a lot of hair, and my hairdresser, um, she doesn't charge exorbitant fees like the stuff that I see on social media, like TikTok and everything. These people charging these wild fees. I know they have to pay for salon booth space and all that kind of stuff, but wow, my hairdresser is very reasonable. So I think if I go to her every month or two or three, I don't think that's gonna really break me from financially from what I'm doing. So I'm gonna just make an exception for that. Other kinds of appointments, getting your brows waxed, your nails done, yada yada yada. Those things, yeah, they're gonna kind of go by the wayside. I'll try and figure out what I can do to assist myself with those things. Um, Gifts. Gifts. I'm not a big gift giver. Honestly, I have a small family. My parents are deceased. I have no nieces or nephews. I have older siblings. We really don't exchange gifts, to be honest. We do the gift card thing. I'm not a big gift giver, but I will say that it is not a bad thing to say no to financial requests like loans, people asking you for money and stuff like that. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it, y'all. Say no and be firm about it. That's one thing that I'm going to be working on in general is boundary setting. Yes, boundary setting. It's not a crime to say no if you don't have the money. And please do not co-sign for anything for anybody. Take my word on this. Okay, now, as far as replacing items, I'm going to say for this no spend year, if something in my house is broken, I think I can do the replacement without feeling guilty about it, especially if it's something that needs to be done. That's crucial. Like, let's say if my dryer stops working or something like that. I think that in a case like that, yeah, I'll have to spend the money to replace it. I don't have an issue with that. And also if something maybe needs an upgrade or else it's gonna cop out. A good example for me is my stove. My stove is from the 1990s. And it's not working too well. But what I'm going to do in the meantime probably is buy a microwave and a toaster oven. And I already have an air fryer. I'm just going to have to wing it. There you go. Saving. Okay. I'm expecting to have more money at the end of each month. I don't know how much or how little, but I think whatever I have left over, I should put in a savings account. And I will certainly do that. The last thing for now that I want to talk about is self-improvement. I think when you don't spend money on stuff, on that discretionary stuff, it's a chance for you to reflect. I need to think about why I have so much stuff. I'm only one person. And why do I have to go shopping in the first place? Uh, I'm kind of I think an emotional spender, right? So I need to totally put the brakes on that, first of all, for this challenge that I've given myself, and kind of figure out why, like emotionally, why I have to like buy stuff. So that's going to be a big thing for me. Um, I go to the gym, Planet Fitness, which millions and millions of people um, go to. I actually downgraded my membership this month. I had the quote unquote premium membership. I downgraded it to a general membership, saving $15. Because I don't go to any other locations other than the one that I go to, and I don't use any of the services like the massage chairs and all that stuff. I don't use any of that stuff, so I downgraded it. That's kind of non-negotiable too, because I have been sick and I have gone to rehab, yada yada yada. I have been uh, told and strongly suggested by my various doctors that you need to go to the gym and lose some weight and get stronger, and that will help you with your general health and maybe not be in the hospital and have surgery. Okay, so I'm down with that. And that's kind of a non negotiable. But that's $10 a month, folks. That's not, you know, something that I can't do. And I also do yoga classes as well. So I'm going to keep doing those. I applied to go back to school. Now, don't say, oh, school, money, student loans. No, none of that. None of that, folks. I am very fortunate to live very close to a community college. And back in 2016, I went to another community college where I was living at the time, and I got a certificate program. I'm going back to school to kind of refresh that and get another certificate. Here's the thing about school. Depending upon your state that you live in, if you are older than 60, your tuition fees will be waived. And that's exactly why I'm taking a class towards the end of the month. Because I'm over 60. I'm 65. And the particular course that I want to take is waived. Instead of $335 for tuition, I'm paying a whopping $40 for this course. If you are over 60 and you're looking for something to do, I would strongly encourage you to look at colleges, and particularly community colleges that have a lot of funding from public funds. Because, hey, $40 for a course, and it's totally online, which means I don't even have to leave the house, y'all, and go down the street to the school. The damn book costs more than the course. Hey, in my opinion, it's a win-win. And actually, this may lead me into a side hustle what I'm going to be studying. So, a no spend year is really daunting. I mean, I have deleted most of the shopping uh, emails. I've unsubscribed from my phone and the shopping apps that I had on my phone. I'm just trying not to be tempted to spend. It's difficult. Thank goodness I'm not a big TV watcher in general. So I don't get bombarded with commercials. It That is probably going to be hard for me, frankly, to not, spend money on clothes and shoes and all that kind of stuff. The other thing is eating out. Um, I generally cook a lot. I'm a decent home chef. I won't poison you. You won't starve. I'm not exceptional by any means, but yes, I do know how to cook. And that has saved me thousands and thousands of dollars over the years, I'm sure. I generally, before this um, challenge that I gave myself, I generally only ate out 1 or 2 times a week. And that was always breakfast and lunch, never dinner, because dinner was just too expensive for me. So I don't really have a problem, I think, with not eating out. I don't think that's going to be a deal breaker for me. But I will caveat this. I did eat out the other day because I had a gift card that somebody gave me over the holidays for a restaurant. So I used it. And that was the first time that I had actually eaten out in 2 weeks, 14 days. It was the 15th day. And I got sick. Yeah, it didn't agree with me. And I got sick from it. But I enjoyed it. um, so there you have it. A no spend 2024. This is going to be. This is going to be. It's not going to be easy. Because people want things. You want things. And I'm just going to have to just suck it up and not do it if I want to get in a better place financially. That is the goal. And the last thing I'm going to say is I have my little papers here. I decided to do, in order to pay the bills, I actually decided to do what is called a debt snowball. And if you don't know what that is, you can Google it. There's literally thousands of explanations about what that is. Generally, it's a way to pay your debts where you line up all your debts, how much you want to pay for all your debts per month, the amount of the debt, and most importantly, the interest rate. Now, generally, there's 2 ways that you can pay your bills down during doing this method, this snowball method. You can go by the amount of interest, the interest rate, because interest rates are all over the place, right? And just looking at my information here, I have interest rates ranging from 7.85 to a whopping 21.24%. Unbelievable, right? These interest rates. Really high, folks. Really high. And that's what you have to look at. Now, you can either pay your bills by the interest rate or the amount. What I decided to do was the amount. And the reason why I decided to do it is because I have one bill that's sort of small and then they just get bigger and bigger until I get to my car, which I bought, 6 months ago. So obviously that hasn't gone down very much as far as paying it off. It's only been 6 months. Wow. And just to note, my car, and this is a tip that people can do about car notes. Now, I hadn't had a car note since 2013. So, first of all, when I bought a new car, a new used car, let me just caveat that, I got sticker shock because since COVID, the car prices have gone up tremendously. And they're not willing to negotiate. At least in my case, they weren't willing to negotiate too much. But what I did was when I finished paying off my previous car in, I think it was 2013, I started putting away money for another car. Even if it was $5 a month, I started putting money away. So when I bought my car 6 months ago, I had a substantial down payment. In fact, I gave them a down payment of, I think the average down payment is 20%. I gave them like 45% because I had a car fund and I was putting money in it for like 10 years. That's just a tip. Another tip is, when you're thinking about retirement, and in my case, I started thinking about retirement maybe about, I want to say like 6 to 8 years before I actually retired, I started putting money away. And this was based on my financial planning, which I did with my financial planner. He told me, put as much cash as you can in an account, because my grandma used to say, those rainy days, they coming. That was probably the best thing I ever did, folks, because when I retired, I had cash, like straight up cash. Things happened with my house, like major repairs needed to be done, yada, yada, yada. Life happened. Things happened. And that money kept me going. I still have some of that money left. Not much, but some of that money left. And I have not had to go into my 401k, which is sitting there, for anything. And that's the advice that I would give to everybody out there. Just, I don't care if it's $5 a week, whatever you can afford, pile up some cash, folks, because, yeah, you're going to need it. So, there you go. This is episode 1 of No Spend 2024. Just pray for me, folks. The other day, I went past McDonald's, and it was all I could do, folks, to not turn in there and get me a Big Mac. But nope. You know what I did? When I went grocery shopping, I went and bought some hamburger meat. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Take care, everybody. I will give an update. Actually, I'm probably going to give an update at the end of January to let you know how I'm doing. And I will continue to give updates to vent, maybe, when things aren't going well. I'm going to take you on this journey with me. It's gonna be real. I'm going to keep it real for you. Take care, everybody.